Ever wondered how the switch statement in Java works? Well, today we're going to unravel that mystery together. The switch statement in Java is a powerful programming tool that aids in decision-making within your code. It's like a multi-way branch that allows a variable to be tested for equality against a list of values. Each value is called a case, and the variable being switched on is checked for each case. Think of it like a traffic signal. Depending on the color of the light, you decide what action to take, right? Similarly, a switch statement in Java directs the flow of your program based on the value of a variable. It's a critical component in the Java programming language, designed to increase the efficiency and readability of your code. Now, let's dive deeper to understand how this powerful tool works. The power of switch statement lies in its syntax. Now, let's unravel the syntax of the switch statement and understand its components. To start with, the switch keyword is used to declare the switch statement. This is followed by an expression within parentheses, which is the variable we'll be switching on. Next, we have the case keywords. Each case represents a possible value for the variable. After the case keyword, we write the value we're checking for, followed by a colon. Then we write the code that should execute if the variable matches this value. There's also the break keyword. This is used to exit the switch statement after a match has been found and the corresponding code has been executed. Without it, the program would continue to check the remaining cases, which could lead to unexpected results. Lastly, we have the default keyword. This is our safety net. If none of the case values match the variable, the code under the default keyword is executed. It's like an else in an if statement. So, the syntax of a switch statement looks like this. We start with switch, followed by the variable in parentheses. Then we have curly brackets containing our case values, each followed by a colon, the code to execute, and a break. And finally, we have our default case, followed by the code to execute if no other cases match. With the syntax clear, it's time we put it into action. To truly grasp the switch statement, we must put it to work. Let's begin by setting the scene. We're writing a simple program that tells us what day of the week it is. To do this, we're going to use a switch statement. The first step is to declare our variable. In Java, we're going to write something like this. Here, day is our variable and 3 is the value we've assigned to it, representing Wednesday. Next, we write our switch. It's as simple as this. This tells Java that we're about to give it a series of possible cases for our day variable. Now, we're going to add our cases. Each case represents a possible value for our day variable. For each day of the week, we'll have a case. It'll look something like this. This tells Java that if day is equal to 1, it should print Monday. The break at the end is crucial. It tells Java to exit the switch statement once it's found a match. We'll repeat this for each day of the week, changing the value for each case and the day it prints. So for Tuesday, it'll be, and so on. Finally, we'll add a default statement. This is what Java will do if none of the cases match our day variable. It's our safety net, so to speak. It will look like this. This tells Java to print invalid day if day doesn't match any of our cases. And with that, we've written a simple switch statement. It's a powerful tool that can simplify our code and make it easier to read and debug. It's perfect for when we have a variable that can only have a set number of values, like our day variable. And that's how we create a basic switch statement. But what about more complex situations? Output. Switch statement isn't limited to simple variables. It can handle complex expressions too. Now let's dive into a bit of complexity. Even when dealing with complex expressions, the switch statement in Java can hold its own. Imagine we're working with a mathematical operation. Let's say we have an expression that multiplies two variables, ax and y, and we want the switch to evaluate the product. It's as simple as placing the expression within the parentheses of the switch statement. The value of this expression will then be used to determine the case. Here's an example. We have x equal to 2 and y equal to 3. The product, x times y, equals 6. In our switch statement, we'll have cases for the values 1 through 10. When the switch evaluates the expression x times y, it will jump to case 6 because the product of ax and y is 6. This ability to handle complex expressions makes the switch statement a powerful tool in your Java toolkit. It allows you to create more dynamic and flexible code, enabling your programs to make decisions based on a wide range of outcomes. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. While the switch statement is quite versatile, it does have its limitations. It's essential to be aware of these and know when it's appropriate to use a switch statement and when it's better to opt for an alternative solution. As you can see, switch statement is quite versatile, but remember, it's not without its limitations. Every tool has its limitations, and switch statement is no exception. Even though it's a powerful tool in Java, it isn't without its constraints. One of the key limitations is that it can only test for equality, not for relational conditions. That means you can't use it to check if a value is greater than, less than, or between other values. It's strictly an equality checker. Furthermore, the switch statement can only test for single values, not ranges. For instance, if you want to check if a value falls within a certain range, you'll need to use if-else statements instead. However, despite these limitations, the switch statement remains a valuable tool in your Java toolkit. It's a great way to streamline your code and make it more readable, especially when dealing with multiple conditions. Remember, every tool has its place, and understanding when to use each one is the key to effective coding. Switch statement in Java is a powerful tool to streamline decision-making in your code. Used wisely, it can